Welcome back. Seafood Les Clements, thanks for watching. In the last video, we talked about self-defense, which is survival instinct, vetting your situations so that your chances of getting into a conflict go way down. Now, this video is the next level, so if you haven't seen the last one, I would recommend you go check that out. You'll understand this a little bit better. All right, now we appreciate all the likes on that last video. We got over 1,000 views within the first 3 days, almost 50 likes. This is above average for our channel. That's great. Let's keep it up. Remember, I'm not charging any money right now, and I want no donations. So keep that in mind. Show us some love if this is helping you. Also, if you hear any of this language about creature teachers, Dragon's Forge, you know where it's coming from. Right here on Black Dragon Kung Fu TV. With that being said, we're going to discuss the creature archetypes and their operations. Practice is becoming. So becoming more. When you learn new skills that are valuable and you practice them, you become more than what you were. Doesn't really matter what it is. You become a guitarist, you become more. Now people want to listen to you the better you get, you see? When you practice Kung Fu, you become better in all types of ways. And these creatures, their attributes become a part of you. Just like if you do Jiu-Jitsu for 20 years or Muay Thai, you don't forget that after that long. It's internalized within you. You may get rusty, but all the knowledge is still there. Rusty if you stop, of course. So with that being said, practicing the movements of specific creatures opens awareness and instills the archetypes. So the Shaolin monks chose these 5 creature teachers to learn from. The quote is that all creatures, the low and the high, are one with nature. If we have the wisdom to learn, all may teach us their virtues. All right. So tiger, its aggression is operation. The tiger in the physical represents bone power, hard bones, conditioning, tough, vigorous work. Now, tiger, being the most aggressive, is the first one onto the battlefield. But when they all fight together with the 5, the other 4 don't like that idea. The tiger is valuable. Its strength could be needed, and they don't want to lose it right away. The tiger has no fear, right? The tiger just bursts right out onto the battlefield. The first one, because it's born and made for war. So the tiger is about bone power in the physical, and its operation is aggression. Now, even if you do not know martial arts, and you're a very aggressive person, you have to be careful, because competitors can be really upset by that. People don't like to be one-upped, so being hyper-competitive plays into less survival instinct if you're using this the wrong way. Let me clarify that. There's nothing wrong with being aggressive as long as you're not negatively affecting others. All right, someone will take issue with it. So aggression should be the very last step in self-defense. You're cornered, you have nowhere to go, you've done all the steps. Now the tiger archetype is let them have it. Okay, physical archetypes. So tiger is really working hard. Fingertip push-ups, lifting tree trunks, things like that. Pounding arms and legs against another opponent or trees or rocks. Becoming very physically tough. Now, physical strength wanes with age. So that's why I have this Y here, young. So young equals aggressive capability. A young athlete has capability to be aggressive versus an old person with a cane, not so much. That's why these others are gold as we age. Even when you're young, practicing aggression is not the best idea. There's always someone better, all right? So snake is about the development of the blood, control over the nervous system. The operation the snake exists in is deception. Now, we're talking about deceiving an opponent who's trying to hurt you. We're not talking about being deceptive in the world or being dishonorable, which the noble monks of Shaolin would certainly frown on that. The honorable monks, rather. So snake is about control over the blood and the ability to deceive. If you have to throw blows, your opponent thinks you're going to do one thing and you do another. The ability to feel blood control, knowing your opponent. Sensitivity is the skill that comes out of the blood, and fluidity. Leopard changes the muscle. Control over the muscles, which is agility. And the leopard's operation is calculation, sizing up danger, whether it be an opponent or a dangerous situation, right? Or maybe it's more mental. Someone's trying to trick you, calculating, learning your opponent. What's realistic, okay? Then we get into the white crane. Breath control, the ability to breathe deeply, which clears the mind. Now with the snake and the crane, this helps control, self-control under pressure. The ability to be cool and calm under pressure is the snake. With the white crane, the clarity, your senses are about you, making the right decisions, being patient, having balance, using stillness, not moving too soon. Another lesson of the crane. Forgive me, these other creatures want to come out in the vocals here. All right, so the crane's operation is diplomacy. How can we avoid this conflict? What words can we use to stave off a situation that could get physical? Dragon. In the physical world, the dragon represents tendon, which means having a grip, self-control, control over the self. The downward claw represents control over the self in the world, in your environment. The upward claw represents the ability to take in new knowledge, which will become wisdom, which is the operation of the dragon, is wisdom. So the dragon knows how and when to properly use all four of these others, knowing that if it comes to blows and there's no other escape, the tiger is held in reserve rather than let out at the beginning of the battle. You see? Now the scale of age determines this. This is why I have a Y or an O in front of these. A younger person, like I said, has more capability to be aggressive. As you get older, you start to look more at deception for self-defense, calculation, sizing up your opponent, crane, diplomacy, and wisdom. These are the proper tools as you age. I have a Y in front of leopard because leopard could kind of go either way. Leopard is like a lower version of tiger. A leopard can be extremely aggressive if it's not up against an opponent more aggressive than itself. However, a leopard can't afford to be aggressive against a tiger because if it gets caught in those jaws, it's done. So the leopard has to be more calculating and in a position to spring away while it attacks. You see, all metaphors. So these creature teachers help us in self-defense. Now all of these, each one of these are very, very difficult to learn. They're rough on the body. Snake, even crane. Very difficult in their own ways because it is all physical. It requires hours and hours of sweat. So what this does is it yanks the carpet, that red carpet, out from the naysayers who would dismiss this as airy-fairy, frou-frou. Okay, let's hold some stances in tiger. Let's bone condition. Let's contort ourselves. Let's breathe. Let's change our muscles. See, skeptics aren't going to want to physically indulge in this because they're really a lot of words, just words. Is it wrong to be skeptical? Absolutely not. But you're not going to dismiss 5,000 plus years of refinement in physical archetypes as airy fairy with no substance. All right, so this is the second part, the guide to self-defense, creature teachers, their attributes, and their operations. If you found this helpful, click that like button. Even better, subscribe. We'll see you soon. Sifu Les Clemens out.